What do you call a fish with no eyes? Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Today we're going to talk about the basic teams we can use in 3v3 to dominate our enemies. Unfortunately, my alt account is starting to get enormous and powerful, and I'm using a lot of basic teams, but I also have a lot of big, awesome, scary teams. So we'll run through those big, awesome, scary ones as quick as we can and get to the more basic stuff. And I think the bigger part is me trying to explain the logic of what I'm trying to do with my account. I'm in KYBER 2 and explain why I'm doing things with certain squads and what I'm doing, because we all have different accounts. And I mean, my alt account it's still missing most of the Galactic Legends. And I still need to be able to beat accounts with all of the Galactic Legends. So, before we go further, if you want a more comprehensive list of the top meta teams, you can find a link in the video description to my 3v3 best defense teams and best offense teams videos, if you want to find those. And if you want to become a patron, find the link in the video description. Otherwise, thank you to all of my patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support, folks. And if you want to support this channel for free, please hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Let's get into this madness, shall we, folks? Let's do it. Whoa, we're in the game. Madness. We're in the game again. All right, so my alt account, folks, its name is Prevail Man. We're at 10 million GP, and I do have, let's see, I guess I have 5 out of the 9 Galactic Legends, but really, my Jedi Master Luke sucks. He only has 2 Zetas, doesn't have his ult yet. I mean, it's just an incomplete mess. I don't have spiky or pointy teeth Rey, and just as like kind of a quick, very brief overview of what my account does have and what it doesn't have, I have all the conquest characters except for the 2 most recent. Well, I guess I don't have Jocasta and I don't have pointy teeth Rey, and I won't unlock Jocasta for another 3 months, which is fine. You don't need her for a while, it seems like, but otherwise, I don't spend money on anything other than the Conquest Pass on this account, folks. So anything that requires you to spend any money, just assume I don't have it. I also don't have guns. I don't have whatever his name is, Balin. I don't know why I was going with the M. I think just because I need Merrick still to unlock him. I am working on Balin because I'm so close. I even have Shin at Relics, and I have the Nice Sisters as well. So this account is starting to accumulate quite a few tools. You can see the zombie troopers right here. They'll slowly be getting gear over the course of the next several thousand years. They're all farmed though, so that's fun. It's super cool of me and of them. They love it. They love to be in. They don't love it. They probably really hate it. They're probably chomping at the bit, literally, in the form of Mr. Peridia, Dark Trooper here. So, lot of things I don't have. I don't have Leviathan yet, but we're not going to talk much about ships. But I still maintain somehow in KYBER 2. Well, I'm on the if we're just being honest, I'm in KYBER 3 half the time as well. But I am starting in KYBER 2 this season. So, how do I get ahead? How do I actually maintain my spot in KYBER 2, or KYBER 3 sometimes, and I'm facing people with 9 Galactic Legends like pretty consistently. Like, how do I manage to do that? So let's talk through the squads, folks. So first off, I guess one of the biggest things is I tend to have a pretty good collection of Datacrons. You can see that we have a bunch of the purple ones. I have fewer green ones because I've been working on this stupid Phoenix one. Even though the Phoenix one sucks, it's not good in 3s. So I've slowed down on that. I'm really trying to get as many level 9s as I can now before, and I still have a bunch of I still have a bunch of materials. Oh, well, I have a bunch of time, I should say, until I need to until we are done with this, you know, getting at this conquest. So anyways, Datacrons tend to be a pretty big reason why I'm successful. People who don't use Datacrons consistently lose to me, because even though they have a huge roster, they have 2 or 3 million more GP than me. They just don't have they don't have the Datacron support. So you know, and I don't spend money on this account other than the Conquest Pass. You guys can find a video about how to farm the Datacrons, all the Datacrons. That's just a free-to-play guide on this channel. It's probably about a week old at this point, so just click on videos when you go to my channel, and you should be able to find it. Anyways, let's talk about the squads and what we're doing with them, folks, because I'm trying to I don't want this video to be as long as it used to be. It used to be like about an hour long, and I didn't get any views. And it won't get me making it shorter won't give it more views, but it'll save me time, so that'll be nice. Anyways, we've got Jabba here, and the big question mark is, will your opponent have Afra? Oh, well, Afra and the Afra Datacron, the focused one, because I think Afra is going to be able to destroy you, basically, in threes if your opponent has it. So placing Jabba on defense, I'll probably just do it. And on this account, because it's my alternate account, I tend to just leave my defenses unless there's something seriously wrong. So I'll probably just leave this even if my opponents do have the Afra focused Kron, and I'll just get destroyed every time by Afra, and that'll be sad. It'll be so tragic. It'll be the tragicest thing ever. Okay, so I'm really close to unlocking Pointy Teeth Rey, and I've been saving Omicrons, well, some Omicrons at least, and more importantly, Chirotech, some relic levels, so I'll probably be able to get her to some semblance of usefulness in a week, so part of hopefully at the start of week 2. Until then, Supreme Leader Kylo in threes. You go a couple ways. First, you can go with just like the straight up like Kylo Ren unmasked and Hux or whatever. Or if you're trying to kill like Leia, for instance, if you're trying to take down someone really strong, what you tend to want to do is you put Geobrute Alpha and Armor there, and then even though those two eventually die and you get terrible banners, the hope is that the Armor is able to hand 3 stacks of Beskar ingots to Supreme Leader Kylo, making it so that he can't be crit, and then over the course of time he ramps damage and slowly kills whoever's trying to fight him off. And so he's like, he's my only galactic legend that I use for offense. Well, that's not true anymore, because I've worked very hard to farm Leia as quickly as possible. But Kylo has been my only tool on offense as a galactic legend. Now, the problem here, of course, the problem with Ahsoka coming out is there hasn't just been a very great counter to Ahsoka in the past. You know, this account is very pro off-meta counter. That's the whole goal, is to just use non-galactic legends to kill galactic legend level teams. And so this account, the only way you can kill an Ahsoka team with this account is if they don't put Ezra on the team. You can use Bo-Katan, and that's fairly easy. You win that most of the time, but for the most part, especially in 3 or in 5s, you need something a little bit more. Honestly, Bo-Katan can beat some versions of the 5v5 team. Sometimes you can use like a really strange, well, just a really expensive team with Seer Malico Starkiller in 5s, and that'll kill like half of the team. So in reality, the reality is we're trying to go a little bit on the efficiency side, like getting one shots on these galactic legends, and I already had Jabba, I already had Jedi Master Luke, and so it wasn't much of a stretch to get Leia, and so that's what I went for. So Leia is going to stay on offense and hunt Ahsoka. That's her whole entire goal. I just applied her 4th Zeta, which is a miracle that I have of Zeta for her. Probably won't give her the other 2 for a while at least. I think that she has the most vital ones, and like R2D2 doesn't have one. Don't you dare look at R2D2's modding. I can see it, but you can't because I have a zoomed in screen. It's terrible though, guys. It's horrific. It should probably be a bunch of health modding, and instead of he has all protection. It's a mess, and I feel ashamed. But Leia will be on offense for me because she beats Ahsoka, and in KYBER 3 and KYBER 2, everyone has Ahsoka now, and instead of having to multi-shot Ahsoka and use like 3 of our best teams to kill her, usually kill her, instead we'll just one-shot her and move on. I do need to put more relic levels on Leia and Drogon, so this team isn't done yet, but it's getting there. Okay, on defense, so I have Ezra on my Rey team because I don't have Ahsoka. In fact, I've stopped farming Sabine and Huyang, and I'm not gonna farm whoever's in Cantina. I'm just not gonna farm them. Is it Hera? It doesn't matter. I'm just not farming any of them. So I'm not gonna get Ahsoka. Unfortunately, it's just too expensive for this account, and I'm just not doing it. But I do have Ezra, and Ezra is, I mean, Rey is real happy to have Ezra there. Ben is kind of jealous. He thinks maybe he should grow a beard like Ezra, and the reality is he should try to grow a beard like Ezra, because Ezra, if that's going to give him the amazing powers that Ezra has, then okay, we'll stop. But Ezra's really good with Rey. Ezra is magical with Rey, and if you don't have Ahsoka, then you want to put Ezra with Rey for sure. There's no question in my mind. If you do have Ahsoka, I believe that Ezra should be with her, because and then Rey you can put Baby Cal with. I think he's the 3rd best. If you don't happen to have Ezra available, or Ezra needs to go with Ahsoka, then go with Baby Cal. I think that's the best three-man team. But if you don't have Ezra, if you don't have Ahsoka, then put Ezra with her, with Rey. Otherwise, Ahsoka just loses really hard to a lot of teams, and Ezra can prevent that. Not against all teams, just a lot of the frivolous teams. I like Bo-Katan, for instance. Okay, so I don't have the Zalbar, Datacron, or Omicron. So I don't need to put Darth Revan with someone with that team. And whereas that's pretty sad that I don't have that team, and I do really like that squad. I don't have the resources, folks. You can see he's Relic 4. Like, I don't have Leviathan, obviously, but like I do have Relic 9 on Malgus, so pay no attention to me to the frivolous Relic 9s on this account. But I mean, this is the best version of the Malgus team, and I'll keep it for offense because it takes out a few really vital teams. Like if your opponent has... Sorry, I was popping my knuckles, folks. It was really loud this time, though. I usually don't pop my knuckles, but Malgus, I don't know if you guys could hear it. Let me know in the comments if you could. Malgus kills like Inquisition really nicely. He'll take out a lot of different teams, and there's also right now, I'm not going to see it as much in KYBER 3, really, or maybe even KYBER 2, but there's a lot of Datacrons where people use the Smuggler Datacron right now with the good level 6 that make your squad unhittable. It gives them 100% evasion, which is dodge, basically, and the only way you can hit them is if you can debuff them, and Malgus and company can hit them and debuff them, and so he also counters those teams really nicely. So really good on offense, and really if you have Darth Revan with with Zalbar and Mission, then that's great. Congratulations. You just put Dark Basti on this squad and you still beat most of those squads. So Darth Revan goes with Zalbar and Mission. If you have the Omicron and or Datacron, you probably want both. But yeah, this team is for offense for sure, because in 3s it loses to like Jedi Revan squads. You really don't want that. For the output this thing has on offense, you really don't want it losing to a fairly cheap Jedi team. Bo-Katan and company here, just hanging out. So Bo-Katan serves an extremely vital role. Like, so a lot of people say, oh, Bo-Katan, she just kills Lord Vader. Of course she does. And she does, for now at least, until people start getting the double clones to go with Lord Vader. I don't really know how that's going to all pan out exactly, but we do know that Bo-Katan is probably going to stop being an option to Lord Vader, to killing Lord Vader. And that's fine, because I don't really use her for that anyways, typically. On this account, I mean, sometimes, sure, but usually what she does, she's used to take out either like really good Saw teams, which the new Saw squad I don't know if it's going to be too much for Bo-Katan. I'll be interested to see with the Datacron and all of that. But beyond that, she'll also take on Jedi Master Kenobi squads almost every time, unless Kenobi has a really good Datacron that can help him, which he doesn't right now. She also takes down Ahsoka teams that don't have Ezra on them. We've already touched on that a little bit, but she takes down a few Galactic Legends, takes down a few really, really tough teams in that aren't Galactic Legends. She is really strong, folks. Getting her second Omicron so she can ignore taunt. It's really nice. Work on your Bo-Katan, folks. She is very solid. Adrad, and if you have bays available here, guys, then you'll be able to at least sometimes take on those Inquisition teams that are on defense. I've had to do that before in the past when people have really clogged their defense with a ton of really good defensive teams. Otherwise, Adrad takes down a myriad of Imperial teams that can be dazed, like Iden or Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. Those teams that require a lot of turn meter gain. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be really good against like a Maul team with Gar and ISC, because they don't gain as much turn meter, so they're not getting dazed, and therefore they're still going to be able to assist a lot, and you might lose. But this team typically, you also take down like a lot of Grievous squads, a lot of those B-level teams. Adrad, I've discovered that even on my main account, I find a lot of use for him. On my alt, especially though, facing lower level accounts, this squad does a huge amount of work. If I ever started a new account and got rid of this one, then Adrad would be one of the first teams that I tried to get. I tried to get Profundity and Adrad like pretty close, pretty soon, because this team it's just so multifunctional. It's just a good idea, folks. Let's see, Seer and Malakos with Starkiller. Now, I do have two versions of this. Now, if you're facing Rey, typically nowadays, folks, you just usually want to use Starkiller with Seer Malakos. In 3s, it boosts your offensive win percentage by like 20% or more, depending on what you're facing. And so you could put Baby Cal as the third, or there's maybe even Kylo Ren Unmasked as the third sometimes, and that can work. Starkiller makes this team a lot stronger though, folks. So you can do that. Of course, if you don't have to do that, if you can take out Rey with something else, if you can happen to have Leia available to take out Rey or something, then you can split this team up and have Seer Malakos with some unknown third, and then use Palp, Mara, and Starkiller to take something else out. For me, that's actually a really tempting thing to do, because sometimes I'll use Night Sisters to take out Jabba, which is actually a real thing, and you guys can come watch me live sometime if you want to see it. I try to do that if Jabba's available, but if Night Sisters don't work, which sometimes RNG won't let it work, then you need another option against Jabba. And sometimes that's going to, be Supreme Leader Kylo. Sometimes it's going to be, well, a lot of different things, depending on how much of the team the Night Sisters manage to take out. But sometimes you can just use Palpatine, Mara, and Starkiller to take out Jabba. I mean, I've done it quite a few times. It does work. It's not necessarily that pleasant, and it's not extremely like 100% foolproof, but it does work sometimes. So it is nice when you can split these teams up, but I mean, just look and see what you have available. Like if it's a really tough Rey team, I'm probably not going to hesitate too much to throw Starkiller on here. Though on this account, sometimes we need to spread the wealth a little just to make things work. So we'll just see. Keep him for offense, and then if you need to use Starkiller on Seer Malicos, you can. Or if you can split them up, then you can heal 2 teams with one stone. But it's also with 2 teams. So let's see, CLS is here. What's it gonna, I mean, I might put it on defense. It dies to a lot of stuff though. I mean, I just put a lot of garbage down. Frankly, I put a lot of tough teams down that I think my opponent will fail on. And then I put some teams that they might fail on. And CLS is probably one of those. I do have more relics on this team now that I've farmed Leia. Like I had to get them all to relic 7 for that, so maybe they'll hold at a way higher rate. Almost certainly not, though. Let's see, Bane. So I don't have Sith Eternal Emperor on his account. I won't get him for a long time, probably. And so Darth Bane he's here to take out like Balin teams. His special favorite target is going to be Supreme Leader Kylo teams with Pointed Teeth Rey. If he doesn't have to fight those, he can fight those Quadme teams. He can take down Leia if they happen to have her on defense, which they often do. He takes down a lot. He's one of the most potent offensive tools you're going to have, and so obviously keep him for offense. Put a couple Omicrons on him. Give him Relic 8 or even Relic 9 for crying out loud, folks. Just pull the frickin' trigger. Let's see, Jedi Revan and with Jedi Luke and Jedi Cal. They take down like those really pesky Finzori teams. They'll take down Balin. I think that's my #1 target usually for them is Balin. Especially right now I have a mercenary Kron that works really nicely with Jedi Cal, where he gets to kill something a little bit faster. Just of course beware. And I'm always mixing things up, but if they have the dark side tank revive Kron still available, people will put that on there. You can still win with this team. It just takes a little bit longer sometimes. I just know what you're getting into. If you're facing a Malgus team with the tank revive thing, then kill Darth Revan first with it if Darth Revan is there, because he can be a pest, and it's nice if you can just take him out early, because he gives them a large percentage of their offensive output. So I just like to put my really awful 2 Zeta Jedi Master Luke team on defense here. I don't have a good Trench with Watt team. Like Trench is just, yes, I know I told you guys I had him unlocked. He is. Well, I don't even know if he's unlocked so much as I have enough shards to get him to 7 stars instantly if I want to, but Trench is just sitting there upgraded. He's either gear 1 or he's just not unlocked yet. So I don't have a good Trench team. My Dooku's bad. The only characters that would actually be good on that team right now, I think the only good character at all would be Jango. I think all the rest of them are underdeveloped, and I just don't see the benefit of working on that team right now. So Watt is just going to go on this team. We don't have a Datacron for it. I don't have the Zeta on Basti's lead, which is probably really bad, but it'll get you some holds sometimes. Jedi Master Luke's just not as useful in 3s as he is in 5s. He's not that useful in 5s either, if we're being honest, but he is more useful than in 3s. In 3s, just put this annoying team down and force your opponent to use one of their several galactic legends that they'll have more than you. Okay, so I really like Beskar Mando with Han and Chewie. Sometimes you'll want to use him with bounty hunters if you're trying to face like a Lord Vader squad or something, and you don't I mean, Lord Vader, obviously, with the new clones is going to be really tough to beat, but, you know, sometimes you still be able to beat him with well, you'll be able to beat the old version of Lord Vader with bounty hunters still. If you don't have to do that, though, Bando with Han and Chewie is nice, just because Han and Chewie give a lot of stacks to his whistling birds, because Chewie assists so much and does multiple instances of damage every time he attacks. And that really stacks up nicely with Bando. Not to mention he keeps these two fairly squishy characters alive, and Chewie gives guard to these two guys so that they can't be crit. It's kind of a nice little setup. Let's see, I think I last season I kept Dash with Vandor and Nest on defense, and I regretted it a lot because I just love this team. It's so fun. It just destroys things so nicely. And we have the Nest Cron. I'm gonna just use it for offense this season, folks. Not because it's still fine on defense to some degree, but against the counts that I tend to be facing, it just wasn't getting holds because people just have so many teams available to them. And this team is so fun, and it takes down so many awesome teams, like those, like the Jedi Master Luke squad up here, for instance. It'll take that out. It'll take out, I mean, a lot of different teams. I'm excited to use it for offense this season, folks. We're gonna use it for offense, for better or worse. Probably a fine team to put on defense. So if you need an extra team, we have Fennec. This is just the team. I don't have Scion of Django. Once again, he's just not unlocked on this account, folks, or he's gear 1, whatever. I'm just not using him, and so using her with Scion of Django is just not really an option. I guess I could upgrade him. Maybe I should, honestly. He's pretty strong. He only needs 1 Zeta. He needs a bunch of upgrade materials, though. So we'll just have to see how all that goes. I mean, you can use the focus Datacrons are also just very expensive to upgrade, and I haven't even started that. So we'll just have to see. And this team kills Lord Vader, the old Lord Vader teams. So we'll see. I don't know why I clicked on Bosk, but there we go. Oh, here's just a bunch of garbage characters that I was tired of being at the top of my queue when I was creating squads. So we'll just move right on past them. They're not garbage exactly, but they're not characters that I'm gonna make specific teams for. So I have Cat May available if I want to do that. What is it? Like this one, this will take out guns, for instance, sometimes at least. This will take down Inquisition sometimes, I think. Now I'm second guessing myself. Really, this team is something you want to just kind of hold until you're like, oh, hey, look at that. Cat May is gonna work. You can always, I don't think I'm using General Kenobi on this team because I don't have Jedi Master Kenobi, so you know, you can swap him in instead of Snips if you really want to. Though I think Snips works really nicely with Cat to get Cat's ults a lot faster sometimes, so because she's always assisting and attacking out of turn. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Let's see. Wampa is sometimes helpful. Usually, a lot of people are putting down Grievous teams that aren't that good. Even with, you know, they'll be like, oh, everyone's putting Grievous down. I'll put Grievous down, and they don't put the Datacron down. So Wampa will eat those teams. I'm interested to see how Wampa does against the new Dooku squads. Dooku has a really good Datacron, so we're going to see Trench with Dooku and Watt quite a bit. And we'll see if Wampa can do it. I mean, he's only Relic 5. He doesn't have good modding, really, but hopefully he finds some good uses. So the new Saw team, I got Saw up to Relic 5. He's been 3 forever. I got Luthen up to Relic 3. He's been 1 forever. And I even put his Omicron on him. I don't know why I did that. I think just for fun, because it was fun. You can tell I had fun because of how unreluctantly I said that, probably. So anyways, this team does pretty good. I think I'm gonna put it on defense. I have the new Saw Cron. I think Saw With Luthen, you're gonna have Worthless Guy summoned, Commander Worthless Guy now. And when he dies, Saw immediately gets a turn, and he can shoot. And I have the right Datacron to make him do an enormous amount of damage with a shot, and it should do some pretty nasty stuff to our opponents. So hopefully that works. The low relic on Saw, of course, is a potential drawback, but I guess we'll just we'll have to see. I think this team's going to be pretty good on defense this season, though, because the new Datacrons. Let's see, Inquisition. I don't have enough Zetas for this team. I don't have all the Omicrons on Third Sister, which you probably won't get ever. I don't have enough relics on this team compared to what a lot of people have, so I keep them for offense, and they take down a surprising amount of things. Like, usually there's just one team that I'm like, I don't know how to beat this. I've destroyed all these other amazing teams, and I've done really well on offense. I don't have something to beat them with. Then I realize I still have the Inquisition. I'm like, okay, well, we have a shot here. Like last season, for instance, I was just blocked by Rey, and I'd killed like 6 or 7 Galactic Legends without using my own Galactic Legends. Couldn't beat Rey, so these guys took out most of a Rey team, and then I was able to clean her up with something else. So, you know, they're not amazing, but they'll still do some good work, and then they get beat by a lot of stuff when they're on defense, so just keep them for offense. Hey, look, I have my own, like, almost General Skywalker team. They have, I guess they're missing a couple Zetas together. They're missing a whole bunch of relics. General Skywalker's only relic 3. The other 2 are relic 1. I don't know. I'm tempted to just put them on defense anyways, because I'm silly like that. I guess we'll see. Let's see. Great Mothers. I like putting them on defense, because people like to put Malgus teams on defense. And these guys will, if Malgus is on defense, then these guys will get holds sometimes. Remember, I'm working on Balin right now, so I have relics on these 2. I even have Zetas on them. Amazing. I even have an Omicron on Morgan. Holy balls, dude. But yeah, this team does okay. Give them the plus 25% speed. Do we have that cron now anymore? I don't remember, but one way or another, this team will get some holds for you sometimes. It'll be great. You'll thank me later. You will thank me later. That's it. I just didn't wave my hand. You didn't see it, but well, Jedi mind tricking you. Traya on offense. This is basically, people put Quadme down on defense, Queen Amidala, and I don't really have another team. Like, I can't spare Bane to just take that team out every time, and so Traya just does it for me. She does nicely. She does fine. Good job, Traya. Maul will beat random things sometimes. He's not a world beater, but he does okay. He does okay with his trusty friends, Yango Fett and Kendaris Ordo. So that'll be fun for them. They'll go on adventures. They'll likely drop a ruinous amount of banners. That's okay though. Let's see, Grievous. If I finally get the Grievous Cron for the current Datacron set, this team will be pretty good on offense, or maybe even on defense. I'll probably put them on defense for a little bit this season with the old Grievous Cron that gives them the damage immunity, just because a lot of people don't know how to deal with Grievous and company when they can't hurt them for multiple turns in a row. So and this is the best team to run on defense. Wampa has about a 30% win rate against it, so for what it's worth. Let's see, if people are dumb enough to put Commander Luke Skywalker on defense, then we can use this Imperial Troopers team, so that'll be fun. It also kills a lot of weird teams that people place down in the back zone, like bounty hunters, for instance. It does fine. You just need a kind of fast Piet. Here's the team that beats Jabba. If you don't know how to do that, you can find the guide that I made on YouTube. I made a video about it. Explains how to mod them and how to approach it. Queen Amidala's team is just going to go on defense, because I need teams like this that are going to make people use really valuable resources. So this won't get many holds this season, but it'll soak up a lot of valuable teams, which is more important because I have a lot of teams that can do decently on offense anyways, and these guys A lot of times people are using them to beat like Jabba, which sounds pretty good until you realize that Jabba has a really good Datacron set right now, and a lot of people aren't going to be placing Jabba on defense anyways because of the Afra focused Datacron that's out. So their use is going to go up on defense. Let's see, this Qui-Gon team with Jedi Anakin and Ki-Adi-Mundi just goes on defense. I got a surprising number of holds with this team last season, folks. Like in 5v5 and 3v3, this team does pretty well on defense still against people who just don't know what they're doing. Tuskens, if you have Tuskens and you have the Omicron on Tusken Raider, this team is great on defense. Even if you don't have all the Zetas, it gives you lots of holds. Let's see, Ewoks, don't really put Ewoks down. Usually, guys, if you have a smaller account and your opponents that you're facing are smaller, then they will fall for your trap sometimes. Nisa is surprisingly strong still. She'll surprise some people. And then on offense, I'll probably end up using this a few times with Thrawn plus Gideon. The Thridian team can do some really interesting things. I would prefer to have like Stormtrooper or Shore Trooper as the third, but I don't have them. I think they're both like gear 8 or something like that. Those two are the two really good tanks aren't actually really good. So TIE Fighter pilot can help a little bit. Who am I kidding? He's not very good either. But this team can take down. I mean, you'd be surprised with the things this team can take down, like CLS squads, for instance. You can even beat like some Padme teams. I mean, it's kind of past its era of super usefulness, but it used to be such a good team. And I have the characters available now. I'm not using them for anything else currently, so they're available for use if I want. And that's it, folks. That's what I've got. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you have teams that you really want to take on offense or defense? What are your thoughts for this season? I would like to hear them. Guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zereth prevails. In most things. And in the other things that aren't included there, I also prevail in those. Or he does. Zereth does. Take care, folks.